Man,
What's up?
what's going on, man?
Oh, fuck. France just lost World Cup.
Yeah, I know. I was a little sad about that, but luckily I didn't put big money on it,
Oh, yeah.
so not too upset. Were
Gotcha.
you were you rooting for them?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I had a parlay.
Yeah, I actually had a parlay too that they messed up.
Yeah, yeah. It was good.
How have you how have you been?
I'm still on the Amazon space.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
How are things on your end?
They're great, man. I can't complain. Just
Yeah.
trying to get this coaching program launched and
Yeah.
um yeah, but I'm glad I made it through the World Cup without any big losses.
That's it.
Yeah. So let me try to figure out what I'm gonna say here.
Gonna be all right.
Yeah. This is like the third one I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I never really prepare that hard for it. But, I know it pretty well.
Yeah. Are you at
Is
home?
there, yep. Is there anything specific you want me to go over?
So I know it's gonna be hard for me to access those books,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking what way could I could open an account, maybe someone's account, then have me fund
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fund it over. Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah. I haven't tried this yet, but there is a guy that like sells like KYC verified accounts.
Mm,
And he kind of teaches you how to use a virtual private server to like access it. So like, and you can do one book at a time if you want, or you can buy like
yeah,
a bundle of books. I just haven't done it just because I would rather do that with somebody I know instead of just like a stranger. Um,
right,
and I'm just worried that I'll win a bunch of money into that, and then they, I don't know, won't help me get the money out if I need to verify
right,
stuff.
yeah,
But I mean, that's just like I would like to try it. I'm just kind of scared but I think I have talked to a guy that uses this guy a lot and he's totally cool with it. Like he said good things about it.
mm,
Um, but again, it's like if I know people, then that's just a better option for me. But um yeah, but that could be an option for you. It just, I don't necessarily want to endorse it too much right now because I haven't personally like tried it, but
right.
I'm just playing it safe because I can. So I really don't know how to feel about all of that.
Mm.
Um, but I could always introduce you to the guy that does that, and you could try like one sports book. I
Yeah,
think he charges like $70 for one sports book, and then that should hopefully um, you know be enough,
stuff.
like a lower risk way to start.
Hmm.
Okay. Mm, okay. What's up, Justin? Hmm. I have no idea how many people are gonna show up, by the way. It could just be a very small amount. And if that's the case, then I'll just ask you guys exactly what you guys want to know and, you know, try to provide some value. Do I sound all right to you guys? You're both muted, by the way, in case you responded. What's up, Jack? How we doing? You're muted, by the way. I've got it so that you like come in muted.
Okay, I just unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good.
How are you?
Oh, good. Not bad. Just got back from a few days down at Lake Cumberland down in Kentucky.
Oh, nice. Excellent. I go down to Dale Hollow at least once a year, which is just a little bit south of that. I don't know if you know
Oh
about
yeah,
Dale Hollow.
very
Yeah.
very familiar with that. I'll have to tell you about my whole history down there sometime maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we actually lived in Kentucky for 16 years after I retired.
Oh
Love
really?
love Lake Cumberland, love that area.
Yeah.
Owned houseboats down there for 23 years.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
Been there, done that on Lake Cumberland.
Yeah.
But love every minute of it.
Yeah. I don't really so I'm kind of surprised that I've never been to Lake Cumberland. But I've been to Dale Hollow like probably 30 times.
Yeah.
So,
Cumberland and Dale Hollow are very similar.
yeah.
Cumberland's bigger, about almost twice as big as Dale Hollow. Just got a little more open water. They're both
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful lakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like them being surrounded by the like the Smokies and stuff and a little bit. The
Yeah, it's a
hills.
beautiful area.
Yeah. All right. We'll probably, give it a minute or two, but uh uh got a little honk. Um so Jack, is your situation still like um just kind of running out of bonuses, or what's going on
Yeah,
with you?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't done much with it lately. I've had a lot of things going on that I needed to get finished, and
Yeah.
we just finished moving our fifth wheel down there to Lake Cumberland, and I had bought a boat that I was working on, and on and on and on. But
Okay.
I'm finally at a point where I think I want to try to get back into it and
Hmm.
figure out what I've been doing wrong, quite frankly, because
Okay.
I haven't had very good success at all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then Justin, can you hear me, or are you able to tell me what your experience is? Do you have any experience with sports betting? You're muted, by the way, in case you don't know. All right. Well, we'll just assume that he doesn't know what he's doing. As far as sports betting. Um, okay, well, I'll go ahead and get started. So Justin, your name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if I actually know you or not. Um, but so, and then you guys both know me, Van and Jack. Um, I mean, Jack, you know me a little bit, um, but yeah, I've been doing this sports betting for, a year and 4 months, and haven't looked at how much I've made for a little bit, but if I go to my dashboard, go to all time, oh, 208,000. Nice. Last time I checked, I was way under 200, so that's exciting. That's pretty crazy. Hell yeah. I need to post that. Um, so yeah, there's crazy opportunity in this if you, I guess really devote to it and um I guess aren't afraid to do certain things that some people, I guess, don't know how to do or are afraid to do. And really, what I'm talking about is creating player twos using, a friend's or a significant other, their a significant other's account, so you can create more accounts because the only thing that I feel like this does dry up this strategy if you like over time, if you stick to one, like just your name. But there's a reason that I think that it's easy and it doesn't complicate things like taxes and whatnot. But I'm also not a tax professional. So, but I am getting my tax guy into this. And so he's going to be able to advise me, and then I can, at least share how things go with that. But um, we can go into, I guess, some of the basics. Justin, I wish I knew how much you knew because I really don't want to go into like how odds work if because it's going to be pretty boring for Jack and Van if um you don't know that. But I'm also recording this, so I should probably just go through it. Um, so the whole idea of how this all works is, um, we are uh, farming international sportsbook deposit bonuses, and Um, and the way we do that and the way that that is different than a normal domestic sports book is that you can get these bonuses over and over and over again, unlike an American sports book. And the way we do that is by hedging our bets using the software OddsJam. Um, so when we hedge our bets, so OddsJam helps us find those opportunities where we can either guarantee a profit when we make both sides of the bet, or um, we can just lose a little bit or break even. And the whole idea is that you're going to win in one book and lose in another book. And we're trying to lose in those international sports books because there are terms on these bonuses that we get. They're either cash bonuses or free plays, but there are terms called a rollover. And so what a rollover is, say you deposit $1,000 into an international sports book and they have 100% cash bonus. Let's say that. So you deposit 100 or deposit 1,000, they'll give you 1,000. If your rollover is 10, the way you calculate the rollover is what you deposit plus what your bonus is. So that would be 2,000 in that scenario. And if your rollover is 10, then it's going to be 2,000 times 10. So what is that? 20,000. Um, so that will be how much you need to play through before you can withdraw anything in most cases. However, there's a loophole to that, which is losing your whole balance out of the book. So if you're going to bet $2,000, or so you could bet your whole $2,000, your that $1,000 that they just gave you plus the $1,000 you received. So $2,000, and you can bet that on ideally, or most of the time we're betting on underdogs because we want them to lose. And then we're going to bet on the favorite on another book, another sports book. So like the domestic sports book, uh, usually they're domestic sports books that we're trying to win into. But it's just another sports book, and that's what you learn in the program is what sports books are your bonus books that you are harvesting deposit bonuses from, and what are your sports books that you are trying to win into. Um, and so the loophole to the whole rollover thing is if we lose out of it. And so now if I can successfully lose out of that book and one, two or three bets, whatever, then I just profited that $1,000 bonus, minus whatever the cost was to lose out of that book, which hopefully was pretty small. Um, and if you lose and if you keep losing out of these international sports books, they love it. They think that you're just a terrible sports bettor and they want to offer you more bonuses to keep your business. And that's literally the strategy. That it really doesn't get that much more complicated than that. There are nuances to all the different sports books. Um, And there are certain strategies that you can do that kind of help you minimize losses or kind of, it's kind of a win-win. Um, you know, like hedging two bonus books against each other. And hopefully, you're either like you're going to guarantee that you lose out of one or the other. So there are strategies like that that can help you um, you know, get more bonuses quicker. So, I know that was real fast, but like, uh, I know Jack, you already know that. Van, I think you went through the courses, and Justin, I'm not really sure what your experience is, but um, I'll leave the basics to that, and then I mean, if you guys want to see anything particular that I can, show you, I can share my screen. Or if you guys have any specific questions, I'd love to like kind of cater to you guys since you guys showed up, and I don't want to just say a bunch of stuff you guys already know. So, um, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We got Monica in here. What's up, Monica? You are muted, by the way. But I just went over some real like a basic understanding, um, pretty quick, and wanted to. I just kind of started opening it up to questions. So, uh, if you want to talk about anything specific or share anything, Monica, go ahead.
Hmm. Okay,
I know I just hit you right as you
Hey,
walked in.
welcome. Come on in. The water's fine. You're the co-host this evening. No.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, geez. You know what? Not I guess, but I can say I've been doing this for a little while, and I still have my confidence issues at times. I'm not a big sports person at all. I cannot name you one baseball or hockey player, but I bet on a lot of the games. I can name you the teams, but I do bet on a lot of the games. And one thing I'll say I've learned with this program is, and it's been a process, is to not get emotional over the results. It's inevitable that you're going to have to go through the rollover on some of these books. It's inevitable. Everybody, I don't care who makes how much, everyone's going to have to complete the rollover in some book at some point. And when you do that, it depends on the book. Either you cannot get another bonus for a month or, whatever. Maybe you can't ever get another bonus until you redeposit. It depends, but just know it's a process. This book will be good for you. That book might not be the best, meaning you don't have the best of, I don't want to say luck, but results. That's a better way to say. But it makes money. And also too, and also I've been guilty of this. Don't look at what other people are making, like, wow, Billy Bob made 30 grand, in June. Oh, I'll never make that much because, like the saying goes, comparison is the thief of joy. You don't know what his bankroll is or her bankroll is, for example. So, and you don't
Hmm.
know what their strategy is either. I mean, some people have access to multiple accounts, multiple P2 accounts, and that's a game changer. Because eventually, I mean, I have had several books that have been limited, no more bonuses for you. I've had books that have been shut down. It's gonna happen. But just make
Yeah.
sure if it happens that your money is, you catch your money or whatever. So I mean, I'll share this with the folks. I recently shared this with you, Ted. I was on vacation and one of my books limited me in the middle of a $70,000 rollover, my largest rollover yet. I call myself trying to get out of my comfort zone or not trying to getting out of my comfort zone. All right, I'm gonna do 70,000. These jokers, oh well, we see you're, ripping around a little bit too much, so we're gonna limit you and no more bonuses for you. And the thing, the bonus part is the fact that they limited my bet size and it was a timed rollover. I had 30 days. So I had less than 30 days to get through so much. I think when I was like around 20% or so, they 25% through, they limited me. So it happens, but
Hmm.
like I said, you're gonna go through ups and downs. Fortunately, every hurdle I faced, every obstacle I faced, I've gotten through it between verification, extra verification processes. I mean, if can I mention the P2 accounts?
Yeah, no, I
Oh, okay,
actually
okay.
hit that pretty hard right when I started
Uh,
because I keep feeling like most people that, don't continue with this is because they're just, I don't know, not willing to do that, something like that. And,
yeah.
I don't know. I think for this business, you kind of have to, if you want to continue to do this strategy for a longer term. Um, I mean, you can play it more safe and protect your own books more. But sometimes it's luck, sometimes sometimes it's bad luck. Um, but eventually you will probably your bonuses will kind of slow down. Sometimes they come back and whatever, but especially if you have a trusted friend or family member,
Mhm.
as long as you know like what you're doing to safely do it, it's a huge advantage to be able to do that.
I agree. And I'll say this too. If you're going to ask someone, family member, or friend, to have a P2 account, just make sure, just give people the heads up. Let people know what they're in for, because you don't want to ever be in a situation where, oh, well, I didn't know I had to do this. I don't want to do it. And then you're just, out of gas. You would hope a family member or friend would not do that, but you never know. I do remember seeing in the Oddjam group, I don't remember the guy's name, but some guy said, whoever he had a P2 account, whoever the account was in their name, they've had some type of falling out. And I don't
Mm,
know if he needed an additional verification or what, but basically he has this money stuck in there. I don't know the whole context, but either the
yeah.
verification wasn't done, so he cannot withdraw. So now what do you do? I remember just saying, you know what? I would just play the book until you lose out, because like the saying goes, the house always wins. If you continue to play a book, you're gonna eventually at some point lose out. Now, I don't know his bankroll size, but I have been fortunate to most of the people I've asked for P2 accounts have said yes, most, which I was like, oh, yeah, but I have irritated some people with this, because it's like, oh my God, what's this extra verification? Like the picture was
Yeah.
blurry. Can you please do it again? I'm tired of this, So just know, your people. I literally have my people categorized like, okay, these in this red column, I can't irritate them. I can't ask for too much because I know I'm gonna piss them off. Versus, oh, Susie over here, and she's, she'll do it. Like I didn't know until recently that Bet Anything requires a verification video. I've never had to go through that with my personal account, but it doesn't matter what I had to go through with my personal account, because these books, they know what we're doing and they're trying to catch people. So it is a cat and mouse game, but I do feel like once the account is verified,
Mhm.
air quotes, once it's verified, it's verified. But I don't know what it could come, 2 months later. Oh, now we need another picture of you. I know you wager on my account did that on my second withdrawal. They're like, we need a picture of you holding a selfie, of you holding your license in one hand. And in the other hand, a piece of paper you need to write on a piece of paper, you need to write you wager in today's date.
Mhm.
But it was my account, so I was able to do it no problem. But what if it
Yeah.
was a friend's account that I couldn't get a hold of, whatever. Like one of my friends,
Yeah.
she's a busy wife and mom, so it's just hard to get a hold of her. So maybe a friend like that, okay, I'll open these accounts that are a lot easier to verify. Like Bookmaker just says, give me your driver's license versus Movada, we need a live selfie, we need your firstborn, it depends.
Mm.
So
You're firstborn.
yeah, it's been, yeah. But I would say just know, your people. And just let people know, hey, this is, you don't want to bombard them and I'm gonna need all these 10 documents from you or whatever, but just in some type of tactful way, hey, I'm gonna need just, your a water bill or whatever, a utility bill from you, just cover up this information. I can do it for you, it's up to you. I need, pictures of you holding your license. Okay, now I need a
Yeah.
video of you XYZ. So
How do
when I look
you
at it like, go ahead, I'm sorry.
how do you compensate these people that you
Yes,
use?
yes, I do. I have given people money. Some people would have done it for free. A couple
Yeah.
of people did do it for I actually tried to pay one of my friends and he was like, don't worry about it. So, some people were like, I don't care, whatever. And I remember the first time I asked one of my friends, I got up the courage, it's a childhood friend, like a brother to me. I was so nervous. I already talk fast and I was stuttering and stammering all over the place. Your driver's like, and he was like, yeah, I don't care. He just said it so nonchalant. Like, yeah, sure, I don't care. He literally said, yeah, I don't care. And my heart was racing. Oh my God, he's going to say no. And he said yes. Like, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. He said yes. So, and people have, like I said, people have told me no, and that's their prerogative. I don't take it personal. Some people are like, oh, my
Yeah.
driver's license, it's their choice. If you don't want to do this, I will lead with, I'm willing to compensate you for this, because that does help people to perk up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my girlfriends forgot I told her I was going to pay her, but I paid her anyway. You know what I did? Remember how I told you about all those Visa gift cards and I couldn't load them into Profit X? I ended up
Yeah.
paying some people with the gift card. Like I
Oh,
was
there you
literally,
go.
I was like, here's a $200 gift card, and they were, happy. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Anyhow,
Wow. Well, awesome. I appreciate that
yeah.
input. Because yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of, asking yourself what is holding me back from making this work. And I feel like every excuse I hear from people is just like their own silly excuse that they are just like, well, I don't do this. It's like, is there a good reason behind that? Or are you just like afraid to succeed or not
And I have,
willing
and I
to,
have my, I've spoken with you. I have my limitations. I still ain't open. I still ain't betted. Still have not bet in poly market yet. So I'm just being honest. Like we've spoken
right?
about
Sometimes
that,
you gotta
but
just be like, what am I doing?
yeah, right.
There's nothing
It's
to it but to do it, you know?
exactly. And all these
Yeah.
definitely, but yeah. So, what's your shirt say? I
Uh,
just hope what now? I just hope both
I,
teams have fun.
yeah, it's kind of
That's
my
cute.
arbitrage shirt because, most of the time, if it's just a positive arb and I'm not trying to lose out of a book, then I just want
Mm-hmm.
both teams to have fun.
Yeah, this have fun and money my money, and that's all.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yes.
That's cute. Yeah. So, but,
Um, so uh did that spark any questions out of you guys, Van, Jack, or Justin?
Hey, Ted,
Yep.
um, I've got a question. It's on a little different topic. I'm not really at the point where I need P2 yet, but the
Okay.
issue I'm having is all my underdogs seem to be winning. I can't
Yeah.
seem to lose out of the books that I need to. I mean, I think I understand the principles of how all this works, been through all the training and so forth, but
Yeah.
do you have any advice on what I've been trying to do is if I need to lose out of a book to reap a bonus, of course, I go to the low hold screen, try to find a low hold with that book. Oftentimes I can't. So then I go to
Yeah.
the sports screener and I start searching the
um,
sports screener and I try to stay, as far as numbers, I try to stay like 250 or less with like a 20-point spread between the favorite and the underdog. Uh, but I seem to continually, um, at least when I kind of quit doing this about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I was continually winning into the book I wanted to lose out of.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice or guidelines that you use for what kind of bets, what kind of odds you're looking for when you use the sports screener?
Um, so I feel like sometimes it sort of depends on the book. I mean, not really. I mean, I think it more probably depends on like, all right, where do I have money in? Like, where can I make these hedges, these arbit or these low holds like easily? But usually, like my process, and I can just show you kind of what I do. Um,
I had an experience here lately where I had money in sportsbetting.ag and bet anything, and I was trying to lose out of bet anything, and I couldn't do it. Uh,
yeah.
seemed like I just kept winning into it, and my bankroll in bet anything just kept growing and growing.
Yeah. Um, I mean, that's just kind of that's just what happens sometimes.
Yeah,
You're gonna go on these winning streaks, you're gonna go on these losing streaks, and um, you know, all you can really do is kind of just keep like trusting that over time it should work out for you. And sometimes you could go for the favorite. On the book you're trying to lose out of because obviously as we know underdogs do win
yeah.
sometimes Um, but really what I do, there's nothing going on besides like WNBA right now.
Yeah.
But when I get to my computer, I've got uh this OddsJam folder up here, and I've got a screen over to my left. This is the right screen, and I've got my laptop down here. And so I will open this whole left screen, and right now it's got MLB and World Cup. So it's like already there. So I can, because honestly, this whole entire month I've only been doing World Cup pretty much. I've been doing a little bit of um, MLB, but so I have that. I usually watch this guy stump the spread.
Mhm.
So I'll watch this and I'll go right down to the pinned comment, click read more, and he'll pin his massive lock of the day, his dog of the day, his like underdog of the day, and then his favorite like three or four picks for the day. So I kind of take that into consideration. That's kind of the first like data point I look at. I also go to ChatGPT and I will open up my notes, and I've got this in my notes. It's just like telling ChatGPT, don't provide betting advice, because for a while they were really weird about that. Your job is only to summarize what the public market and sports folks are saying. Um, but and then what are your predictions for whatever the current books are or the sports are? Um, include the predictions for over, under, and money line, as well as confidence levels, list them in order from highest confidence to lowest. And so I'll also, put this through here. And that's just like kind of another consideration. And if I see some overlap between the two on like, massive lock of the day and, the top pick, then I'll, consider that. Um, I also go to Novig, even though I can't use it anymore because Indiana is changing their laws. But hopefully it'll be a prediction market here soon. But um, I've gotten used to looking at the liquidity on Novig,
Yeah, right.
which is just another data point I take into consideration. Like if this was an MLB game and say there was like this number was like 50,000 plus, um, I mean that probably means either Novig is creating that line for the other team, for the other side. So the liquidities become available on the right side. And so like I'll look through each game and just scroll through real fast and see if there's any like real lopsided liquidity where like
Hmm.
either a betting syndicate or Novig itself is making that line that they're comfortable with making, um, and just see if anything stands out. And I'll also, so if something stands out on here and it matches up with what is on here and on here, then I can have some decent conviction in that bet. Obviously, it
Okay.
doesn't always work that way, but I'll also go to another one I like to do is Cash Out Sports, and they usually have stuff for everything. Um, so like this would be a typical video here. And if you want to watch any one of these videos, I found it really helpful to ask Gemini up here and just say, what are the picks in this video? And it'll just give them to me real quick. So I don't really have to listen to it if I don't want to or don't have time. So these are like four big data points I kind of take into consideration. And then obviously like, can I get any good hedges on like any good low holds on whatever book I'm trying to lose out of. Um, so, if I can, then great. If I can't, then, then maybe I'll just work on a different book or take a break and try to, look later on in the day.
Mhm. How many,
Yeah.
typically, how many bets a day do you think you make typically? Are
Uh,
you quantity or quality?
I feel like lately I've been more quality. But I mean, with the World Cup, it's like I'm putting like bigger numbers on just like a single game. But that's like a total outlier of what I've been normally doing. But I still feel like if it is something a pick that is a good arbitrage opportunity or low hold, and it meets the criteria of like two or three out of the four of these different things, like this video and the Novig liquidity and what AI says, then maybe I'll go big on it. Um, you know, you don't you don't want to go too big most of the time, but sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But always be prepared for it not to work out
Yeah,
because it happens.
I like the fact that you're using several data points. I've been just
Yeah.
kind of relying on the sports screener more than anything, and that hasn't been working real well because I keep winning into the wrong book.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that is why, I mean, and even if you just want to listen to these guys and just get information, like, you know, you can, and then another thing I've been doing too is going to ESPN, and like if I'm still not sure about a certain pick, then I'll go to the games, which there's like nothing. I'll like if I'm interested in this Dodgers Yankees game, then usually they'll have whoever the pitcher is, but they don't have the pitchers set up yet, and then it gives their stats, their win rate, their whip, their ERA, and their record, and all this stuff, and just kind of confirm, all right, this pitcher seems to be doing way better than the other pitcher.
Hmm. Yeah.
And obviously all these things are kind of baked into the odds, and so I'd probably look into it more than I should. But at the same time, it's good to know more than know less, if you're really like trying to get these picks right. And sometimes it pays off, and sometimes it's a waste of time. That's just how sports go. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much my advice. Because it's also great to try and get bet on a favorite. I know Monica hit a nice favorite, trying like losing out on a favorite on the Dodgers the other day. Um, Monica, what made you choose that? Was it just it was going to be convenient and it was a decent low hold, and the Dodgers just it's baseball, so you never know. No, she might not be around right now, but yeah, so that's my advice. It's nothing magical that I'm doing. Um, I do use Betwhale a lot because the bonuses are just so juicy. And I guess another thing that kind of maybe helps me lose out of Betwhale more is I'll do live betting sometimes. Um, if a team was a favorite and they're like, starting to pull away a little bit, or if I'm just watching it a little bit, or I can see this team has way more hits and they're ahead, and I can find a decent hedge. Um, or like I'll just put a like $1,000 or more in bookmaker on the favorite, and then I'll try to find, and then I'll just wait until the odds improve for the underdog on Betwhale because they typically have pretty good underdog um odds. And I'll just wait until they're, and wait until it breaks even or it becomes a positive arb, and then make my bet on Betwhale. And that's been a fairly consistent thing I've been doing for Betwhale since Betwhale has pretty mediocre odds on baseball, and that's really what we're working with for the most part. They do have good odds on UFC, and so I will try to bet heavier on UFC because they just have better lines, and sometimes I can get some positive arbs with some bigger bets, and get through my rollovers. So
Okay, I appreciate that advice.
yeah.
You're you're doing a lot more analysis than what I've been doing. I need to start using some of these other tools.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, with like, and if you're ever unsure about anything, like, you can ask AI, like, what's the projected score? Like, why are the odds like this? You know, what's the score of these last two teams in the last, five meetings or their last five games, or what's their record at home? Like, you have unlimited knowledge at your fingertips, which, makes this a lot easier than it used to be, as far as just being in the know of things. So I definitely recommend using AI, even though it's not always accurate. Um, like they'll give me games on the wrong day, and I'm like trying to correct it, and like, oh yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
So do you have a new ass iPhone, Monica?
Oh,
Looks like it.
yeah, that's me,
Looks
my
like
new
it,
ass
doesn't it?
iPhone. It's actually an old ass iPhone now because it's literally gonna get replaced next week. Um, I went to put the camera on it and somehow got put out of the call. So to answer your question, so here's the thing with I know we were taught that, oh, bet the underdog on the book you want to lose out of and bet the favorite on the book
hmm
you want to win into. Here's the thing with that. Especially if it's an underdog over 150, if that underdog wins, which we know underdogs often do, you're moving a lot of money into a book you're trying to move money out of. And your balance can grow exponentially very quickly if underdogs keep winning. So
hmm
even though that's what we were taught, I've decided, well, I'm not gonna say I decided. I mean, it was not my idea. Someone else told me. I'll just, basically, I will look at the cost. I will prioritize the cost of the low hold over if it's a favorite or an underdog because I'm trying to move this money for it in the least amount of money for the lowest cost, right? The other day I told you I just put like a little bit of money into bet now, and in one swipe, one game, boom, I lost out. It probably cost me not even $10 to move that money. So and I decided to do that particular bet. It was it was like over 200 of a favorite. It was baseball. And one thing I know about baseball is that underdog favorite stuff is so it doesn't even matter. Like, I mean, come on. It doesn't. I mean, I do feel like it's more so surprises or upsets in baseball than other sports. I could be wrong on that, but that's just how I feel. And it is what it is. But this was my rationalization for that bet the other day. Before I tell you, let me go look up the exact odds. So to give you a clearer picture of what was going on there. Come on, move. Thanks. Mm, it was Sunday. No, it was not. Was it yesterday? Oh, Jesus, what was it? Um, oh, was this it? Ah, here it is. Okay, it was Saturday. So I bet basically, it was positive 257 and a negative 270. I bet a negative 270 on a bonus book. Now, we know that usually, or sometimes, whatever, under favorites lose, but I said to myself, if the favorite wins, I'm moving a small amount of money into my book that I'm trying to lose out of. Okay. I don't want to move. We've all been there, done that. Oh my God, 60% of my bankroll is in one book. That's dangerous. That is very dangerous.
Yeah.
So I said, if it loses, or rather, if the bonus book, if this heavy, what is the word? If this heavy favorite wins, I'm moving only a small amount of money into my bonus book. But if it loses, boom, I get to clear out a bunch of money and then move a bunch of money into no big, for example, in this actual example. So, but especially if it's under plus minus 150, that's a toss up as far as I'm concerned. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
negative 149. Let me bet it on the book I want to win into. Please. Like, I mean, these games do what they do. We don't know. Now I'm not doing a negative 700, negative 800. I'll bet those, the favorite, the whatever, I'll bet those on the corresponding books. But I saw this bet, and at first I was like, oh no, favorite. I was like, no, wait a minute. It's only 1%. And if, again, baseball said if the Dodgers hit, if the Diamondbacks hit, rather, I'm going to clear out this book in one swipe, and it's not going to cost me that much. But if
Yeah.
they lose, again, I'm not going to move a bunch of money because when we bet positive 250 on the bonus book, and if that wins, now we've moved a bunch of money into a book we're trying to move money out of. And if you keep doing that, like the gentleman said, I think his name was Jack or is Jack, if we, because the underdog does win sometimes, now we've stuck with a bunch of money into a book, and depending on the size of your rollover, it could be a problem. I know overall, over time, you look at it long term, the underdog tends to lose, the favorite tends to win. But sometimes I do look at it like smaller, like for this particular bet versus, oh, well, over the course of 10 months. No, what's this particular bet looking like?
Mhm.
What's the possibility? If it wins, if it loses, what's the result? That's how I
Yeah.
look at it. I mean, and we don't know. And then I showed you a game last night where I was trying to lose money out of sportsbank.ag, and it was like what was it? The spread was like nine, it was 8.5, and the team won by exactly 9 points. So I was able to move the money I needed to. But I get it, but I've had to do my best to get that bet the favorite on the bank book and bet the underdog on the bonus book mentality out of my head. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I never do it, but just analyze the bet. If you do it, if this underdog wins, what's the result? How much money am I moving into this book? How much is that compared to my rollover?
Hmm.
Because if the underdog wins, then now you're sitting up there like, oh my God, getting emotional. I've been there, done that, checking the games like a crackhead, just constantly, yeah, let me get that hit, let me get that hit. Like I had to stop that. Like it was bad. Like I was really getting
Yeah.
emotional. Like not being angry, but just like, well, I was being angry, but not like being violent or nothing, but just like, oh my God, and like, okay, stop doing these huge underdog whatever. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's pretty much that.
Yeah. Yeah. People like to focus on, it's a lot easier to focus on the bad things or the bad streaks and the
Been there, done
negative
that.
side of things because
Right.
it's just more frustrating. Um, but if you can like just create like keep a good attitude when things aren't going well, like you're gonna just, I mean, eventually things do turn around and you just gotta
Hmm.
like celebrate the wins and keep going whenever the bets aren't going your way and just don't get yourself into a pickle. Don't take too big of a rollover. Don't be betting your whole entire like balance. Well, I don't know. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but like
You're like, wait a
just
minute, what
always
was
be
it?
prepared for the worst. Um,
Or at least if you don't
because
have the bankroll, have some backup money, like something, please. Make sure you have, I mean, I don't know. Like, just make sure you're not getting it over your head as far as, oh, don't take a $100,000 rollover and you only got a $10,000 bankroll.
yeah, yeah.
So,
And yeah, make
oh,
sure
yeah.
you're not depositing on top of rollovers because the rollovers can like multiply on top of each other and
Hmm.
I've seen people make that mistake.
Here's
Um,
another one. Let me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean
no, go
thought
for
you're
it.
done. I agree with you on that because I've been there, done that. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me I just made a new deposit and this money that was already done the rollover is now added into it? You wager. But also too, make sure, and I got in trouble with this, so please take this as a warning. If you have money left in your book from a rollover that you completed and you make a new deposit, I just lost a Bovada book because of this. Make sure you're not withdrawing that money after you've made the deposit while you're in a rollover. If your rollover is done, that's different. But while you're in the process of a rollover, do not withdraw money, even if they let you, because I just did that with one of my Bovada accounts and they were like, hey, guess what? You're violating this rule. So we're limiting you. And that was again, I had a $70,000 rollover. I was probably 20% through, and I was about to go out of the US on vacation, not sure how the internet was going to be. And then, of course, on vacation, you want to be out there enjoying yourself, not sitting in front of a computer. But I would literally just, okay, I'm at bed for 30 minutes today. I would place 10 bets in 30 minutes, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm done. And I was so limited, but I got through that rollover because there was no way I was not getting through that rollover losing all that money.
Yep, got it. What you
So,
gotta
yeah,
do. Um,
I'm sure.
I was gonna share my screen here and go back to that liquidity thing. Um, yeah, so this was an example that I kind of gave. Um, that I was gonna make I think I did do a post like this where Toronto ended up winning this game. And not only like are you able to like lose a ton out of your bonus book if you're betting on this, and then you don't have to hedge as much if you're betting on the underdog in your win into book. Um, but like that is the good part about betting on the favorites sometimes, especially with baseball. But also like this is very telling lopsided liquidity here. And so that's a good data point, but it's because this is it's a value bet. You're not going to lose your shirt in your bonus book if you know, doing, if you're doing this, because you're betting less on the underdog. And so I think recognizing where there's value, not just like a super underdog and a super favorite, kind of what we were taught. Um, it can go a long way, I think, over time if you can find some of those opportunities. But really mostly it's just don't take crazy, don't lose all your money in low holds ideally, but yeah, just wanted to mention that.
I have a question for you, Ted. And of course, this is going to vary per state. Which books are you finding the good arbitrage opportunities? Because I don't get many. I'm in Georgia, so where domestic sports betting is illegal, so I don't have access to many domestic books. I have your Novig, Profit X. Just got apparently DraftKings now is legal in 50 states because they're a prediction market. So some VIP rep just reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, we're legal in Georgia." I'm like, "Really?" He came with an offer, like a bonus. I need to go make a deposit over there and play
There you
over
go.
there. But yeah, so if you could let us know, what would you say for
Uh,
that?
um, man, I feel like I don't get that many like positive arbs. Like I will go to the arbitrage screen and get rid of filter out the player props. And just so because it's stuff that I can bet bigger money on. But I mean, lately, I just don't find that many positive arbs, and I really don't make that many positive arbs. But what like the books that I use that I sometimes find positive arbs in are sometimes they're like Betwhale,
You mentioned that
Bookmaker,
well.
and Bet Online and sportsbetting.ag for UFC. Um, those are probably the most popular types, like books and sport that I
Right.
find those in. But yeah, a lot of the other positive arbs are like books, like some domestic books that I'm probably limited in. And or sometimes they screw me over because they'll let me bet like a couple $100 one day and then they'll only let me bet $30 the other day.
Mm.
And so I'll make the bet on one side and then I go to the other side and I can only bet so much and it kind of leaves me in a pickle. But those are just like smaller positive arbs that I can't bet big money on, and I just don't like it's not worth my time really to do smaller little arbitrage bets. So most of the arbitrage bets that I find they're when I'm doing live betting, which
I get
is
that.
which is risky. If you don't really, know what you're doing or
I'll move fast.
being a little just reckless. Um, but yeah, so also Polymarket, I I should have a thing that says ACP, always check Polymarket. because because
ACP,
it's
yeah.
because the odds are almost never right in the sportsbook screen. Yeah,
You told
like
me
I
that. It's
always got to
crazy.
check on Polymarket.
Mm.
So, but Polymarket has these fees that are kind of crazy sometimes. So you'll usually get good odds, but then you got to consider the fees. Um, but yeah, that'd be my answer to that.
Okay. I know you've told me that, but when you just said, just to share with other people as well, some of the stuff that
Yeah.
I said there. Yeah.
Have you been finding any positive arbs?
Not lately. I and a few months ago, I have started back looking, but a few months ago I did lean away or stop doing it. Not to say I was doing a ton, but I did stop doing some because just talking with ChatGPT, it's like, when it comes to the positive arbs, these books, how do I say, if all the books have an odd for a certain game, let's just use a round number at positive 100, right? And then the book where you find the positive arb has it at positive 110. If you keep hitting those coincidentally extremely better odds, the book's gonna know, okay, this is an arbitrage sniper here, or whatever you want to call it. So I try not to do them as often. I actually have spreadsheets and stuff. I actually have a spreadsheet that when I do want to do a positive ARP, I will log it so I know which book I did it in. Like if I do one
Mm,
positive ARP a week, I think that'll keep me under the radar versus one a day in the same book, right?
yeah.
So just knowing again, if most of the books are around positive 100 for a certain game, and then here you come catching one positive 120, okay, a one off. The book, I don't think, because they have software trying to catch us. Okay, a one off,
Hmm.
no big deal. But if you're consistently catching this book when they're at positive 110, positive 120, you're like, okay, this one's using software.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's something I do, and I am cognizant of. I don't want to, and
Yeah.
I've seen some arbs, and I've just let them go. I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit too
Yeah.
much for me. Like, just what is it? The difference, the point difference or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's
Which is probably sometimes that's a good thing because that could be an error, an odds error, and
then they can
yeah,
cancel the bet. But at
yeah,
least to its credit, the software will tell us, hey, this is a risky bet. Like if you
true.
see something where it's like positive 35%, I mean 35% profit, don't touch that.
Yeah.
That's a huge error, and they're probably going to cancel your bet. Now you're going to be out here to one-sided bet looking crazy. So,
Yeah. Um, well, anyone else have any other questions? I know we're getting pretty close to 9. Emerson, nice to meet you. Welcome. I saw you join like 15 minutes ago. Um, if if you have any questions or anyone else does, I want to respect everyone's time, but I'd like to provide as much value as I can before we call it quits. I know somebody's got a question.
somebody, anybody.
Um, well, if you think of something, just holler, just blurt it out. But If you are interested in learning more, um, you can DM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll figure something out for you. And I'll help you out as best as I can. I'm working on creating my own coaching program. I'm hoping it's like 3 to 4 weeks, hopefully, from launching. I need to just create a launch date and just, finish making all the videos and everything. But um yeah, I'm excited for that. But anyone that I refer to the software now, I'm going to give all that info, all of those modules to for free once it's launched. And I'm still, just trying to help people out, and for attention and time that I should probably be charging uh you know, decent money for, because I'm a busy man now.
Mhm.
But I truly want to help people get started, and I'm still trying to organize everything to try to uh, help as many people as I can. Um, so right now is a good time to take advantage of my free help. So, but yeah, if you're interested, just DM me or go to teddybets.com and you can learn more there and learn how to get started. But if you guys don't have any other questions, comments, concerns, funny anecdotes, then we can go ahead and end the call. So,
Mm, I think I'm pretty good, yeah.
okay. Thanks for joining, Monica, and thanks for sharing. It's good to have other people that have been doing this to kind of give their perspective. Because you never know what people are thinking, and everyone kind of comes at this differently. There's a lot of different kind of strategies you can do, and um, sometimes people just don't know what other people are doing, and that's another reason why I have, the I've got my own Discord and Facebook community. I'm definitely more active in the Discord. Um, and yeah, we can just share little things openly and freely, advice, stuff that's working, stuff that's not working, and all that. So um, I'll also share that link to join my Discord, and I think it usually will uh, expire. So I put that in the chat if you want to join the Discord. Would love to have you.
Mhm.
And yeah, I recorded this, so I can um I'll either post the recording or if you want it, just reach out to me and I'll send it to you. So um if you guys got nothing else from me, I hope you got something out of this, and thank you for your guys' time.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ted. I really appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing up. And hopefully we'll talk soon, and good luck on all your bets.
Mhm. All right, and go Mystics.
Yeah,
Let me
go
see.
Mystics.
Oh yeah,
All
they're
right.
they're ahead by 17 points, so it's gonna move money out of bet anything for me, so that's good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, all right.
Nice. I have not been really betting, or I'm gonna go ahead and just stop this recording.